The level to which this lover bird operates is so striking. Hello everyone, welcome back to another segment. In today's episode, let's dive into African lady who got married to a Chinese husband based in China. With the recent research and the recent findings, many wants to, get married to the Chinese people, mostly to the Chinese men, and they were like they are so caring, and they were like they're so, responsible. Well, with that statement, I would say yes, but there are rules and regulations which guide the states. There are also rules and regulations which needs to be obeyed in every land, and when you go to a new place, you have to look into those rules and regulations before, dwelling and ensuring to see if you can, abide to those rules before thinking of settling in that particular area. One of the most important to, when thinking of getting married to the Chinese husband is the renewal visa. Is very, very important to renew your visa every year. Yes, going into the marriage state or going into a serious institution like marriage will not guarantee you, to have a citizenship passport. How will I say, yes, citizen passport for you to dwell without renewing your visa in the Chinese environment. You have to do that every year, and that is very, very important. And secondly, getting married to the Chinese husband will also guarantee you to have half of his salary. Yes, if your husband per se is working and you are staying in the Chinese, or you get married to the Chinese man, definitely his salary will be divided into two. You have to take one, and him take the rest, and that one he's sure is very, very sure away. And I think thirdly we have to look into is one of the good thing about the Chinese husband or the Chinese people that do believe that getting married to one man and one woman is actually the standard, and that they've maintained that for long, and that cannot be shifted away. You see, one thing about the Chinese people, that believe in one wife and one husband, and you getting married to them, you just have to be reassured that there is nobody that is going to drag your husband with you. Your husband is for yourself, and you have to take care of him, and you have to love him. Yes, seeing an African lady with a Chinese grandmama is so striking with joy, and this is also, and those are the characteristics and more to come. When we are talking about the Chinese environment, we're talking about the Chinese people. They are responsible people, they are loving people, they are caring people. If you're checking our recent video, apart from this Chinese grandmama, you note that brought to you also other Chinese grandmama and also grandpapa, and you see their character is just a bit similar. They're just too calm, they're just too sweet. They understood the principle of living, and they understood the principle of caring for others and caring for those that does not belongs to their territory or belongs to their land or their lineage. The belief that every human is one, and so that caring they extend to whoever the sees, or their sons or their daughters who I come back with. So they consider them as one, they consider them as their own. You attest to this with the life of our African lady with her Chinese grandmama. Yes, if our Chinese grandmama is of the other character or of the other behavior, you note that African lady will not feel secured. As you can see, they are just too sweet. Like, togetherness is just the prime quotes of this particular relationship. As you can see, African lady felt so much happy being ever in the presence of our Chinese mama, and our Chinese mama cannot or would not for once just leave her to be, she just want to see her side, she just want to communicate with her, she just want to be around her, and she wants to show her so many secrets. Yes, so many things she wants to teach her, so many good things. Yes, these teachings can be only be done when you trust someone, and teachings can only be done when you see the transparency of someone. So seeing the transparency in an African lady, she wants to give her the best of the best, and she loves her so much. As you can see, whatever thing she's doing, she wants to do it with a African lady. She wants to tell her more things, and I believe believe by now she actually will be understanding the language through the persistency of her Chinese grandmama, speaking to her, telling her, and smiling with her and conversating with her, and that to make her, to understand the language more easier and more faster. She has gotten a very good soulmate, she has gotten a good companion, and she has gotten a very good friend. She has gotten a very good daughter to be her son's wife, and that made her more secured, and that made her so much happy. She has won the golden prize, oh yes, for eternity, and yes, it is. As you can see, she felt so much bliss, and you notice that she has changed drastically ever since our African lady stepped her foot into the house. She became so flourishing, and she became more happier. There's some changes in her that sprang forth, and so much thanks to African lady. She's also the calm type. She's the type of person that is ready to work, and the kind of person that's ready to receive instructions. And one great key to note is that when her Chinese mama was cooking, you notice that she took the most key, she took the most important key, like what she does, and she tried to like emulate what she does, like doing exactly what her Chinese mama doing, learning the recipe and trying to cook accordingly has been instructed. And that is a great point, and which is a very nice point that made her Chinese grandmama so much happy. And her calmness again is one important key. If she's the regular type, if she's a type that wouldn't want to listen, it would be like kind of heck to our Chinese grandmama, but rather she came in to give the woman peace of mind, to give her happiness, and to give her and to ensure that she sees another dimension of life. So I'll be asking, where is the husband? Well, they're supposed to be together. If you check in a recent video, you realize that they too, she and her husband also have their own time, which is very important. She has her own time with her Chinese grandmama, and the husband also have his own time with his wife. Well, notwithstanding, who'll be bringing to you a Chinese grandpapa as time goes on is important, and what are those relevant things we need to know and to learn about these great couples, their important lessons which needs to be sprung forth. So I think this particular event or this particular characteristics has taught you a lot and has make a kind of changes or dimension of view. Also, the agricultural practice in most part of the world is quite different for another. For another persons, some other measures to be used, to cultivate and also to harvest certain crops or legume crops. But you can see that on this particular video, we have here African lady and a Chinese grandmama. The legume in which they are actually harvested, the granules, you can see the way it's been harvested, and you can see the way, she separated the shaft from the main content. You can see how it's been done very easy, not too rigorous, not hard. It's just so easy and easy that one will be wondering, is there anything in that broom that selects the granite from the back, and what is that technique? The technique is so sweet, and it's a kind of if you are doing a large quantity, that you should apply this method. All right, this is where I'll be wrapping up today's episode. I hope you're enlightened onto this package. Please do stay tuned and stay blessed, and always remember, lovelies, stay good for now. Bye for now.